everybody, and welcome to the September monthly energy forecast. I'm intuitive medium Marisa Liza Pell, and if you are new, welcome. We are going to go over the energy forecast for September 15th through October 15th. I usually go 30 days. I don't know why I started in the 15th of the month. When I started these, I guess maybe it was just in the 15th of the month, but it seems kind of accurate because there's usually a lot of different shifts in the middle of the month. And so I think it's important to go from the middle of the month to the middle of the next month. So get out your pen and paper. If you're new here, I actually handwrite all these out. So I actually channel what's going on, and I don't even know what I'm going to be talking about or what the theme is until as I'm channeling it, I'm like, oh my God, what's coming up for this month? This is kind of crazy. So welcome. We're going to get into that in just a minute. Just a few housekeeping little things. So if you're on YouTube, you're watching me through YouTube, and you've subscribed to my newsletter, welcome. If you share this with a friend and they're not subscribed to my YouTube, make sure they subscribe. Make sure you subscribe via the button below so you get these every month in your email right when they come out, and make sure to get on my email list. You can also follow me on the IG at Marisa Liza Pell, and the next monthly video forecast will be out on the 15th of October. So if you want this in your email, you want to get it right when it comes out, right when it's hot off the press, make sure to join my newsletter. It's exclusive. We send them right out to our subscribers right away. So that's really important too. And also, if you want to develop your intuitive abilities a little bit more and you're not sure what type of intuitive you are, take the new quiz. It's actually my quiz. I wrote it, and you can have 4 different types of intuition, and it will tell you what your dominant strength is. So make sure to go to the new quiz. It's really quick, and I think it's kind of fun. What's your intuitive power? No, not what's your intuitive power, but what's your intuitive superpower quiz. The link is in the description. Make sure you go and take the quiz, and then comment below. Let me know your results, and let me know if you thought you'd be something different, or if you were not surprised that that's what you got. All right, so now we're on to our September monthly energy forecast. I'm going to start with a little bit of a theme, okay, of the month, because this month, I told you last month, and sometimes it's good to go to last month's forecast so you could kind of take that one and put it together like a puzzle piece with this one, because this month you're still kind of going through it, and what you have been going through the last 2 weeks. And this is really, like I told you guys last month, this is Rebuild Your Life 2.0. So you're rebuilding anything that wasn't built on a solid foundation or structure. You are actually coming to the terms with that coming to the terms, what does that even mean? Coming to terms with that you need to, what is going on with my hair? See, I get so distracted. Also, do any of you have a cat that jumps in your refrigerator? Like I do. It's kind of weird. Every time I open the refrigerator, the cat jumps up in the refrigerator and walks around. Just wondering. I also needed a little cup of tea for this month's session because I'm feeling the energy. I don't know about you. Mercury's in retrograde. We have 6 planets in retrograde. Mercury retrograde, not good for signing new contracts, buying new electronics, new homes, new cars, any new relationships, because everything kind of gets confusing around this time, and Mercury kind of appears to be going backward, even though it's not really going backward. Get my drift? So there's times when I go into Mercury retrograde in a lot more depth, and because of so much that I have to go over today, I'm going to let you Google it. And we'll have a whole other video on Mercury retrograde. But for now, I just have too much to get into. That's why I needed my cup of tea. So I'm going to take a sip, and maybe you guys get a feeling from this. Did you feel the feeling? It's the feeling of tea, sitting here with me and contemplating the month and the theme that we're going to go over. So last month and into this month, it is Rebuild Your Life 2.0. So you have to think about the last 10, 15 years. What was not built on a solid foundation? What did you kind of skimp on when you were, putting your foundation down, putting up your framing of your house? What did you skimp on? What areas of your life? So I want you to look at your life as like a pie chart. Look at your career sector. Maybe you are successful in your career, but did you really do a lot of work to get there, or did you kind of fly by the seat of your pants? And you're wondering, why aren't I at the next stage? Why aren't I at the next step? Why don't I have the recognition I need? think about how much foundational work you really put into that. Look at your relationship sector. Like, if you're having issues in relationships right now, which a lot of people are, and this Mercury retrograde is actually like bringing things to light. And there are things that have been down there for many, many, many years, maybe even a decade, that maybe weren't resolved or repaired. Anything with RE is always like Mercury retrograde. We do replace, repair, right? And the replacing and repairing has to do with relationships in this month. So in your relationships, what have you skimped on? Did you build a solid foundation when you got into a relationship that you're in, or did you set up the relationship like the way, like, did you state your needs? Did you state your boundaries? Did you talk about like what you both needed and wanted? Or maybe it's not anybody's fault. Maybe no one's to blame in your situation. Maybe it's just like you've grown so much, or you've grown to another level with all of this transformation, transitions that's been taking place for highly sensitive individuals. And those are the people I kind of attract to kind of watch this forecast and hang out with me and join me in my courses. And I really attract people who are highly sensitive, have been intuitive since birth, and they may have had some energetic wounds in life, or what people may call trauma. So we're trauma sensitive. And so intuitive development is really important to me. But I think people who are highly sensitive think they need to develop intuition even more. And really, if they're not grounding that nervous system that was kind of like, if you think about short circuiting an electrical panel, like people who are highly sensitive have this talent, highly intuitive have this talent because they were short circuited a long time ago, and they had to like develop this talent to protect their energy, right? So to say like a goal might be to develop even further, well, we have to get you not scattered. We have to get you in a place where you're focused, where you're grounded, where you're stable, where you're in your center. Because if you develop intuition while you're in that mindset of being scattered and being all over the place, you're just going to kind of go higher up into the ether and become even more so. So we don't want to put you in that state. So when I talk about intuitive development, there's many people who do it, but for me, I tend to work, well with those who are highly sensitive and had those emotional short circuits early on, to where their nervous system is also needing to be grounded, balanced, and centered. Because I feel like those two things need to go together to really develop the solid foundation that we're talking about of your intuitive practice, or building your intuition. Because the goal of intuition is not to give people messages, okay? It's fun. It's a good thing. It's something that we do to help others. But really, if you think about your life and you're highly intuitive, you've helped others with, information. But how are you helping yourself, and how are you really feeling confident about your abilities and your trust in your own wisdom, and making your life decisions based on that wisdom, where you don't have to think about like, well, is this wrong, or is it right? Am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing the right thing? Balancing your nervous system is so integral in developing your intuition. That's what my courses are all about. So if you want to get a head start on just getting started with your intuition, take the quiz, the first step. It's fun, it's free. And then for those people who are on my subscriber list, you watch my videos, you watch my forecasts, I give you a little special promo at the end that is not available to the public, which I think is a really, really good situation. So take hold of that, check it out. And, this month, like I said, relationships need to be built on a solid ground. Career needs to be built on a solid ground. Your home life, all the sectors related to the heart center, the center where we're all connected. You have to think about what kind of hard work did you really put in? And did you skimp on sowing the seeds? Because if you did, you just have to be honest with yourself and be like, you know what? It's not my fault. Maybe I didn't know any better. And I can look back to, 10 years for myself. And because I'm not standing here on a pedestal telling you guys like, oh, do this, do that. If I say, did I lay a solid foundation in certain areas of my life 10 years ago? No. Did I know better? No. But I know better now. So it's kind of like, how are you processing that? And you really have to take stock and take inventory and be like, I have to rebuild this career. I have to rebuild this relationship. I have to rebuild my home life on a solid foundation. And I have to scratch everything that else that occurred. And I have to start from scratch and rebuild it in the right order, in the right way. And that includes for highly sensitive individuals that think about others before they think about themselves. Like, really, what are your needs? What are your ideals? What are the things that you really, really need and want in a home, in a relationship, in a friendship, in your career, how you want to work, what kind of lifestyle do you want? If you see clients, like, is it draining? Is it not? You have to really take that stock. And that's part of what we're doing in September. So let's get to the actual dates. So today is the 15th of the month. And I keep saying, I'm looking at the calendar, I'm writing down the winds of change. Okay. Like the winds of change are here, right? And we're stepping into the light, but walking through the fire. So I'm going to get to the walking through the fire theme in a minute. But I keep hearing that song. If you guys are from the 80s, like, I love the 80s. So I think it's the wings of change, the Scorpions who say that song. And I keep hearing, like, I don't want to sing it because that would be weird. But, like, I think it's the winds of change by the Scorpions. But I keep hearing that the songs bring me back to the 80s. But so the theme, first I want to talk about, say I'm going all over the place. I forgot to go over the theme because I normally don't do a theme for the month, but we're going to do a theme. But let's just talk about the 15th. So you're stepping into the light, but walking through the fire. Okay. So if you're in the middle of all these transformations of rebuilding your life 2.0, which is what I've been talking about, you're going to have to make some decisions in one of these key areas where you're going to have to take stock of what you really need and put it out there, whether you get consequences about it or not, whether people like it or not, whether somebody else is on board with you or not, because your purpose and where we're going with the universal consciousness and where we're headed as a universe and as a country and everything all around us, if we look at the big picture, you got to get on your path. And you can't keep cycling over and over again and repeating patterns because it's not keep getting you on your path. So it's like you almost have to be brave, as highly sensitive folks do, and take that first step of breaking your pattern by making some difficult decisions, which I call walking through the fire. And that's where we're at right now. Like, those coals may be hot. There's people who do it and they walk through it. They get to the other side and there's like a really big pot of gold over there for you. Maybe literally, who knows, right? So the 16th, I have Hold It Down Friday. Okay, these names come with the dates. Like Hold It Down Friday. I can't even read my writing. You know what I mean? It's like things may get. I can't read my writing. Can you believe it? Things may get something rocky, but it looks like no chug. Things may get no chug for you. Things may get rocky in the boat today, but you do have a solid foundation. So on the 16th, things may get rocky in the boat. I see people in a boat. It's rocky, but like they're thinking the foundation's not there, but it's solid. They don't even need a life jacket on the 16th. You're not gonna sink. You don't have to swim, but it's gonna feel like everything's rocky, right? So 16th, which is tomorrow. So just know there's like a lot of metaphors and symbolism for what I'm going to be talking about for this month. So tomorrow's going to be rocky, a lot of things moving around, a lot of things being shaken up, but you have that solid boat, you have that solid structure, everything's going to be fine. 17th, oh, this is an amazing channel that I came up with. I have to put this up here so you guys can actually hear me with this lovely mic because you have to speak right into it. 17th. It's Heaven's Request Day. Oh my God. I saw this and I was like, this is so cool. This is so spiritual. Okay, pay attention. If I caused you to go a little ADD on me, now's the time. But I can hold people's attention, I think, pretty good. If you really, really, really need a miracle, okay, with all of this walking through the fire, we're going to put this on theme, walking through the fire. You're ready to do it. You can do it to change your pattern. There's going to be a lot of fear. Whenever anybody goes to the woods, we went through the woods. We're like in the middle of the woods now in your transformational process. And now you have that bonfire with the hot coals, like in the middle, like that you have to kind of walk through over the bridge to keep going through the woods. and you can do it. They're going to pour some water on there. It's going to fizz up, but you can do it. There's always a lot of fear. You're going to get burned. But then all of a sudden you have that mindset where you really know it's energy and you can walk over the coals. You can walk through the fire, and then you look and you're like, I did it. And there's not even calluses on my feet. Like, I did this. And that's going to give you the confidence to see that you could break one pattern and then you could start to break them all. Okay, walking through the fire. There's a big deal with your initiation into the next realm of your life. Okay, 17th, if you're having trouble, if you're struggling with this stuff, if you really need a miracle, really, I put really, really, really need a miracle, or are ready to make some difficult shifts and changes, you need a little more than earthly assistance. Sometimes we all do. This is the time to be very focused with your requests and send them up to the heavens. So if you want that spiritual help, the 17th is the day to do it. Very powerful day, and your requests will be heard and probably answered even sooner than you think. Maybe not the way you want it, but maybe better. 18th, a day of containment. I feel like that I'm saying these dates, so we'll take this off for a minute. Day of containment. It's about compartmentalizing things now because you're building your life, you're rebuilding, right? So you need to focus on what's right in front of you and put everything else aside, especially emotional discussions and affairs. So it's time to keep. Turn page. Okay, it's not turning correctly. Time to keep going on the building part of your process we just talked about. But remember, setting up your structures with safety and stability is the key here to oh God, I should probably type this out, but writing is just different. You're just channeling, you know what I mean? But it's the key. So remember, setting up those structures involves compartmentalizing. If you have an emotional issue coming up, if you have things you need to figure out that are kind of taking you off track, like right now, it's time to put those away and focus on the practical things you need to do to move forward. The 19th through the 21st. So we have like we have the bookends, the 19th and the 21st and the 20th in the middle, which is interesting. And you know, if you watch my energy forecast enough, that things kind of go in stories. They kind of start to play out in stories. So the 19th, 20th, 21st is what I'm seeing. But like the 19th and 21st, I'm seeing as bookends. And the 20th is kind of like the vulnerability. So like an Oreo cookie, you have the two hard shells, outer layers, and you have the soft, mushy interior. Well, that's you. The 20th is you, and your heart and your vulnerability and all those things that are beautiful about you. And it's time. It's time for something to finally come to light about a pressing situation that hasn't before. And the situation is ready. It's ready to come out. This is something long lasting. It's almost like an extraction of something in your vulnerability that's like coming out. The situation has been steady and long lasting for quite a while that you've been going through. And it's something about yourself that needs to come to light, and it will, but it's almost like it's being removed, it's being released, it's being taken out. And this could be an extraction of energy, an emotional wound, pain, long-standing trauma, something that's way deep down that needs to be healed. The 20th is like the day, right? But the 19th and 21st are kind of standing there as symbols, and it's showing me that there's strong protectors around you in energy. So the 19th represents the family, and the 21st represents loved ones and friends. But you may not realize it, that you have the protection around you because people aren't around you 24/7. But people are praying for you. People are putting out positive energy for you. So you have these bookends that are very strong, and to provide that safety and security for whatever needs to arise, whatever needs to come up and be healed, will be done. And your vulnerability is there at this point where it can happen for you. The 22nd and 23rd, you're celebrating something that you weren't able to celebrate between 8 and 10 years ago. So like old friends, true friends are resurfacing. and you will feel loved and supported on this day. But think about something you didn't get to celebrate, like in the last 8 to 10 years, like something was missed. You didn't get to celebrate maybe a transition, maybe a home you bought, maybe you didn't get to get married, maybe you didn't have a party or something you wanted. I feel like you're celebrating something that supposed to happen 10 years ago. So maybe you're supposed to get a book published 10 years ago. Maybe you're supposed to have some sort of recognition. I feel like something's coming back around and you finally feel vindicated, like, oh, I'm finally able to celebrate this. So however this relates to you, I gave you some examples, but it could be something else. But you will feel loved and supported on this day. The 24th, something serious is coming away, like a legal matter, a letter. But notwithstanding, it's kind of like it seems more serious than it is. Like somebody's sending you a letter or something that you have to be notarized. I don't know. Something's coming where it seems serious or formal. But it's not holding or like it's fleeting. It doesn't seem to have the staying power that it seems to have. I have as fleeting as the wind blows. I feel like it's nothing to be worried about. That it's not what it seems, and it's kind of like serious, but there's like nothing behind it. And also, there's something came up, and I don't know, somebody's going to be like around you. Obviously, this is not every single person that watches this, but somebody out there. You're hearing something about somebody going to jail or being incarcerated, a male. So maybe whoever's watching this, I don't know, somebody getting in trouble for something legal. You're gonna be hearing about it, like getting a phone call, getting a letter. I don't know, but it just looks like something's coming to light here in your life. 25 is counsel. I hear counsel. So attorneys, counsel, maybe counselors, somebody around you discussing these situations of all these things coming to light within yourself. Number one, people around you, like everything's kind of coming all together. And right now, like when things start to come up, you're going to see little pieces, almost like little visions, little things popping up of the past. You're like, oh, that memory and this memory. But you can't seem to fit the pieces together to make the whole picture yet. The 26th, things aren't all cracked up to what they're cracked up to be, like the letter and all the stuff I was talking about. Something isn't as serious as it seems. I feel like there's like also a lot of people that are highly sensitive right now. There's gonna be a jokester or trickster around you, or somebody that likes to play around or joke around, and things may come off as serious, but then they're not. It's just whatever kind of mood they're in at the moment. But then I heard they will pay the price of folly. So like they can't be joking around with people in this way, whatever it is, but just be aware of the energy that's coming up around these 3 dates, 24th, 26th. Don't take it seriously because it's not really going to be serious. But I hear they'll pay the price of folly. The 27th, this is a crazy, crazy date. The truth emerges and you're of the light. This is an end of an era for you of the last 10 years. So this is like the truth telling day, the truth emerges. See the light shining in, it's telling you the truth is coming. The truth is emerging. You gotta have a sense of humor about this stuff sometimes. It's way too serious. All lies are now becoming truths. So I think that everything I'm talking about in the last few days forms a path, forms a story. So if you look back at this energy forecast, a lot of these things could be connected. All lies are now becoming truths. So things you didn't know about something, you'd be like, remember all those visions I was telling you about? Now you can put the pieces together. Now you're going to know how they fit. All omissions will surface. All lies are now becoming truths. You will know the truth of a very, very deep situation which has been hidden. And maybe not overtly, but more subconscious even for the people involved. It wasn't supposed to be revealed, whatever it was, until now. Now's that time, and the 27th, plus or minus 2 days around that time. There's no element of surprise here, though. Like nothing's taking you off guard. It's just like, oh, that's what was going on. Okay, now you could take all these memories and be like, that all makes sense. And it almost makes you feel healed or relieved or be able to forgive in some sort of weird way. But there's an element of purpose, no surprise. And I hear, but the book is now able to be read. Um, the spotlight will shine on the truth. So it's like you're taking that old book off a library shelf that maybe it's been in a glass case and nobody could read it. It has all the hidden truths, and you're finally able to read it. Someone gives you the key to unlock the door, unlock the glass case, and here you hold it in your hands, and the truth is in there. And then it's like that magical moment where you open to the page and the spotlight shines on that paragraph. I'm sure you've done it before, and the truth is right there, black and white. Oh, 15 years, 10 years of wondering, worrying, thinking, now it all makes sense. So be prepared for things to come together. 28th and 29th, lots of talks and lots of discussions with powerful people. So that could be about what you just found out, or it could be that you're moving in a different direction and you're ready to take your life to the next level. So that's exciting. The 30th, strong plans are in place. You are more focused and stronger, and now more than you've ever been in the past. So maybe you thought you were stronger before, maybe you had a lot of anger, a lot of rage, which kind of took you through. Now you're coming from a place of centeredness and strength, which is your true center, your true power in your solar plexus. Let's take a drink. All right. It's a lot of shit going on here, you know what I'm saying? All right. October. Okay, we're moving into the October energy. October 1st, I don't like. I don't know why. There's always a day that you guys hear about I don't like. So you're going to stay in, you're going to reflect. There's something about this day that has a harsh, intense energy about it. So don't go around like where there's a lot of people, like in bars, and I hear don't go to even grocery stores. It's just too much energy of everybody's, like people go to grocery stores, it's like they're thinking about everything and all of their stress and anxieties of the day. And it's just a lot of mental energy in a grocery store. And today, that day's not the day to go. October 2nd, day of nurturing and comfort. This is where I feel in the past 3 months, you've had to nurture and comfort yourself in a lot of ways. But October 2nd, I feel like nurturing and comfort is coming to you. So here's to that. You can think of me with my tea, giving you a little bit of comfort. No, seriously. That's going to be a lot of relief for you that you're finally going to get that. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, ready, aim, fire days. Now, this is all about going out and doing archery, although I would love to do that. But this is putting your plans in place. This is the most powerful set of days in October where if you want to launch something, you want to put something out there, you want to sign something, you want to get something done, there is a power house of energy from the 3rd through all the way to the 15th of October. So if you want to keep it, contained, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, ready and fire days, prepare your projects, prepare things you want to put out there, prepare your proposals, whatever it is. 5th, 6th, and 7th is that launch of new ideas, projects, recognition, whatever you want from the world, whatever you want to manifest. Those are the days to put yourself out there. And the 8th is the day that you're making the solid commitment. So the week of 9th to 15th is the best week to make long-standing commitments in October and going even into November, December. I mean, this is the power time from the 2nd really till the 15th. Best week to make commitments or sign long-term contracts or make big commitments 9th through the 15th. Whew, even thinking about it, it's a lot. Back to the 9th, it's the power day. You'll have lots of strength on this day, lots of power of the energy behind you. It is solid. It's like Archangel Michael's sword, like you can get things done. And you can put them in place, or even King Arthur, putting that sword in the rock. I know you all relate. I have a lot of references to wizards and stuff because that's what I used to think about as a kid. 10th and 11th and 12th is all business. Okay. Very busy, no time for anything else. So just keep your focus. 13th, this is a big break for you or the possibility of that big break. Okay, so it's not like maybe you're not getting the big break that day, but you're hearing about the possibility of this big break, of an opportunity in publishing, advertising, media, books, networks, television, radio, whatever, anything in the communications field, or writing, publishing, um, even advertising, media, that kind of thing. The 14th is a day, a bearer of gifts day. Um, it's a lot of something really beautiful is coming to you on this day. And I feel like, you may be celebrating other people, but this day you're going to get a gift back for yourself. Um, it's love and fun and quiet, even quiet energy. I don't feel like it's a very loud day. Can I not look at the 15th? Okay, hold on a second. I got to look at it. I don't have that one written down. October 15th, where are you? All right, so this is where, maybe that's why, because this is where it stops. This is where I cannot read the energy for the 15th, because it is showing me that the 15th is supposed to go in with the cluster of October 15th through 31st. So next month, we'll get into that. The curtain has been closed for that day. But we don't know what's going on. A little bit of a mystery. Price is Right. You just don't know what's behind curtain number 3, but we will find out. So maybe don't hit the buzzer just yet. Anyway, this was a long one. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you can do it. Walk through the fire. Listen to that 80s song, The Winds of Change. See if the lyrics mean anything. So this is your September monthly energy forecast with me, Marisa, Liza, Pell, intuitive medium, and whatever else I do, guide, transformational coach. Make sure you take the quiz in the description of this video. Click the link. Tell me what you got. Write in the comments. Let me know how you relate to this forecast, because it is so very deep with all these things coming up. I'm interested to see how things play out for people. Follow me on the IG. Follow me on the tube. Follow me on Facebook. Also, Medium Marisa, Liza, Pell. And that's about it. I'm a little tired from this one. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the month, and tune in to my weekly energy forecasts, which are weekly except for when I have monthly. And then every week on the lounge, we have a wonderful guest. The lounge is my weekly talk show on Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this week, this Friday, we have the wonderful Sujay, who is our lovely Mercury retrograde reappearance on the lounge. He was there in the beginning. He is our KP astrologer all the way from India, coming and talking about people's ascendant signs and how that relates to manifesting in the fall. So make sure you join us on Friday, which is tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go over every sign and something that could relate to you. And if you don't get to watch it, catch the replay. And we'll see you next week for our weekly energy forecast. Have a good one. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you soon. Bye.